Howdy, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of the Debauchery Circus campaign here on the Random Rhapsody Network. We are now live streaming these sessions on twitch.tv, and then we will be uploading the episodes to YouTube and podcast 1 week later. If you enjoy what you see here, feel free to follow and subscribe here on Twitch, and you can check us out on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV or on Twitter as Random_Rhapsody. So, it's been a little while since we played, so welcome back, everybody. You've all been trying to get to Northamia, the capital city of the Kingdom of Radagast, for several reasons. You had originally been sent there to deliver a letter from the Mayor of Misthold to the King's Chancellor, requesting aid from the Magisterium to investigate the crypts you all found in the Mistspire Mountains. You are all also escorting young Edmund Coltrast, the only surviving son of the late Lord Coltrast, who you had rescued from the clutches of the evil Lord Veritude, and who had actually been originally rescued by an orc warband you had been hired to kill him. Finally, there is still the mystery of the blue crystal shards each of you have embedded in your skin, from your very first adventure you had all shared in the Mistspire Mountains. It has been a long road to Northamia. Along the way you faced all sorts of undead, cultists, ettins, shambling mounds, dragons, knights, and most recently, a werebear and his army of brown bears, who you managed to suggest to quit their assault and leave you in peace. You had all decided to travel north from Dusk Hollow, through the dark woods of the Fanghorn Forest, to shave off a bit of time on your journey. Unfortunately for you, that bear attack during the first night of your journey through the forest had also ended with your wagon getting damaged and one of your horses perishing in the fight. If I remember correctly, we had ended last session with you wanting to bury your fallen horse before returning to camp and resuming your long rest. Does that sound about right to everybody?
I'm going to be honest, I'm not digging no hole.
I'm digging the hole.
Hey, Hellhound.
I'll help dig
How
that
you
hole.
doing? Thanks for stopping in and watching. But yeah, so Debauchery Circus. Those of you who want to spend some time digging a shallow grave for your fallen steed. And eventually you settle in for probably a restless rest of the evening, knowing that in another 6 or 7 hours that same suggestion spell was going to wear off on the werebear. So, Debauchery Circus, first of all, are you guys planning on staying at the same campsite to complete your long rest, or are you going to bed down somewhere else?
How many hours are left in our long rest?
I'm pretty sure that happened midway through the long rest, so you still have at least four more hours, give or take. Maybe
Staying here would make it easier for them to find us later.
That's true. So I trance, so that was only 4 hours, so I should be fully rested.
Yeah, probably.
So I'd be willing to, I don't know, stay up and keep watch, or if we want to move somewhere else.
I could stay up and keep watch as well. I really don't need any more of a rest.
Well, I mean, you do still need a long rest, because when you don't take one, you get exhaustion points. Half-elves can sleep for half the amount of time, but you still do need at least a good 6 hours of sleep a night.
Oh, okay. I was thinking more along the lines of, like, healing things up, but okay.
Yeah, within a 24-hour period, you still do need to take a long rest. But you can do so. There's only 2 more rests of the evening that you guys all need to make, or at least some of you. Fantine, you're fine, of course. But just so we know what's going on, are you guys planning on finding a new campsite, or are you going to stay? You're going to stick to where you are?
I say we stay here. They're not going to expect us to move.
the real question would be if we did decide to move, how would we move our stuff?
Yeah,
I
because
say the
we've got.
kitty carries
Would we be
it.
able? Well, would we be able to hook the horse up and have it move our stuff without us being on the wagon?
Well, how much stuff did you actually have in the wagon? Because I mean, you
Yeah, I
guys
don't
had
really.
had your personal gear on, but beyond that, I don't think you really had a whole lot in the wagon.
No, not much.
So we couldn't move and have somebody be sleeping while we travel and stop and.
Well,
But also, if we stay here, it's 4 hours, and we know that we have 7 hours left on the spell.
thereabouts, yes.
So we could
That's
get a
fair.
3-hour head start away from
Yeah,
them.
as long as we got somebody watching, we should be okay, I guess.
Okay. And I don't want to get called out by the chat. As a half elf, I actually don't trance, so I do gotta sleep.
Yeah, you have to sleep for half the time though.
Okay.
You do still have to sleep, but it's not nearly as long if I remember half elf rules correctly. I could be wrong too, but I'm sure the internet will tell us if we are. Anyway,
Let us know how wrong we are in the
Yeah.
chat.
but anyway, so you guys are going to stay here after burying your horse. That's fine. And as you guys do so, working together to bury the horse, those who wish to, the rest of you kind of setting yourselves up for a remainder watch. The question of the day kind of springs to everybody's mind. And that question that kind of goes through everyone's mind as you're all getting set up for the remainder of your rest is, where does your character feel the most at home? And since Shadowfire is the one who rolled it, why don't you go ahead and go first?
Shadowfire feels most at home anywhere that isn't his town he was born in. As long as he's away from that town, he's happy.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, you did have a interesting life the first half of your years, so I can understand that. Fantine, how about you?
I think out loud she would say, "Oh, in a grand, lavish castle or something very pristine." But in reality, it's probably like a little cabin, very cluttered with stuff, with plants and whatnot. So
Mhm.
nice, small, tight spaces.
With the way she was she was brought up by her aunt for the first of her formative years. I can understand that, absolutely.
Mhm.
Okay, I like it. Tergot, how about you?
I would say in the forest, where he grew up in the forest most of his life, so.
Yeah, definitely true. Definitely true. And as a ranger, yeah, probably at home in a tree. Ormr, how about you?
Probably on the road, wandering, seeing the world, as turtles do.
Yeah, turtles are kind of migratory, aren't they? Okay, Finn, you're last. How about you?
Yeah, I'd say it'd probably be less a specific location and more just anytime that something is chaotic, whether it's like a fight or a party. Because, I mean, aside from the fact that the Fey realm and the Fey themselves are very chaotic and magical, he's a satyr and they party and drink and carouse. And so, anytime something gets boring, he might start to get a little itchy.
Yeah, that's very true. I dig it. I like it. Great, guys. So, and these thoughts of where you're most at home kind of all relax you a little bit after the whole ordeal with the werebear and his followers. Who's going to go ahead and take the third watch of the night?
Do we remember who took the first and second watch?
I believe I took second.
I normally take last so I can be up with the sunrise.
I feel like it was
I
Fantine.
do not recall. Perhaps it was me.
I'll take third watch then, assuming I didn't take a watch yet.
Yeah, well, fine. It's a bit abstract, so it's not a big deal. But Go ahead, Ormr, and give me a perception check as you kind of settle in, leaning up against the broken wagon that the bears had destroyed. Everybody else,
That'd be
you're
a
all
17.
kind of settling down, trying to get what sleep you can. Young Edmund, too, has retreated to his bedroll. Finn, no, you guys, unless you did hit die from a short rest, you wouldn't have healed. But we're not doing a whole lot here, so you'll get your long rest momentarily. Hey there, Quick. Yeah, this is actually earlier than usual. This is my 3 p.m. group, the Debauchery Circus. This is actually our first stream of theirs, so enjoy. Anyway, with the 17 Ormr, the fog that the werebear had set out is starting to move towards you all with the wind rustling through the trees, and other than the quiet sounds of chirping from the bird, from what little are in the woods at night, occasional owl, maybe a crow or two, cicadas are beginning to pop up, and you're hearing a little bit of that, but there's not a lot going through. There's not a lot going on for this like stretch of the night. And your 2 hours go by pretty much uneventful. You wake up Shadowfire, who I believe is taking the last watch. And you settle in for what little sleep you can get as well. Shadowfire, go ahead and give me the last perception roll of the night.
Da-da. Let's see.
12.
12.
Okay. That fog that the werebear had put out is really getting thick. So much so that with the firelight that you guys have going in your camp, it's really difficult to see anything more than 20, maybe 25 feet away from the camp. You can hear the occasional owl. You can hear yips of a fox and a little bit of rustling through the brush out in the distance. But apart from that, and it's a little spooky and a little weird. Like, every time I'm in the woods when it's foggy, I just start thinking Walking Dead kind of things. And it's spooky as fuck, and you're very alert. Your keen Luxodon ears are flapping a little bit, trying to get as much as you can. But other than that eerie sense of disquiet and the knowledge that there are a lot of shit out there in the woods, your final watch settles in with fairly uneventful. As the sun does begin to rise, the fog is finally beginning to clear. It's still pretty cloudy, and you're having a hard time making out the sun, but you at least are able to find the direction of that, and you are able to kneel down and begin to pray to your gods, your god Ra, as the sun finally rises up. And eventually you all wake from slumber, uneasy, a little stiff and sore from the previous night's of events, but you all do have a long rest under your belt, and it's morning. So, Debauchery Circus, what would you like to do today?
Well, I guess we're walking.
Hey, I finally get a scout ahead. I'm so happy. Sad that our horse died. Sad that our cart got destroyed. But
How much longer do you think it will take us to travel?
I mean,
Yeah, can we refer to the map and try to determine how long it'll take us on foot?
Absolutely, you can. Let me go ahead and throw up a map for you. So you pull out your map of the kingdom of Radagast, and you judge that you had traveled a full day through the woods, so you're probably go ahead, Tergot, and give me a survival check with advantage because this is your favorite terrain.
Got a natural 20.
Damn.
Very nice. So yeah, with a natural 20, you're fairly confident that the small little circle clearing you're in right now, is that little spot on the map, about a third of the way up. You judge that by the end of the second day, you guys should be out of these woods, but it's probably going to take you about 2 more to get through them, especially now that you only have 1 horse. And yeah, guys,
Okay.
running 2 games can be
And
challenging.
the cart
on the
is
same
like
day.
broken beyond repair.
It's pretty.
I think we established that last time.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up. If one of you were a carpenter and had the correct tools, could it be fixed? Probably, but I don't think any of you actually do.
All right.
Unless somebody has a saw and nails and shit in their inventory, and I don't know about
No.
it.
No, you see how smooth my hands are? These are not a working person's hands.
Wow, those are really
Oh,
smooth.
would you
You
look at
moisturize?
that? I just
I
so happen to
moisturize
have
every
carpentry
day.
tools.
Is that what I see? I always see your hand kind of damp, and I thought it was just,
Yes, I've got a
sweaty palm.
constant moisture whenever I give handshakes. It's very unpleasant.
I got a hammer.
I think we're just going to be traveling on foot.
Yeah, and also wrong kind of hammer.
I actually
Would-
do have the right kind of
hammer's a-
hammer, but that still wouldn't help us enough.
So Tergot, should you ride the horse to scout ahead?
What? No.
No? All right.
No, I do this on
Cats.
foot.
The
Cat's
horse would make
grace.
too much noise.
Exactly.
Well, we're taking the horse anyway. All right, let's.
Well, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Edmund can sound a horse or something. Unless
Edmund
Edmund
can
wants
sit on
to keep on learning ranger stuff and up with me up front, but
If you're willing to teach me, I'm happy to learn.
of course I can, teach you how to see footprints. There's one right there.
Indeed, there is. Those are bear footprints, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah. That reminds me, we should
little
leave right now.
We still got 3 hours.
No, 3 hours to get a head start. If we're smart.
Anyway, so guys, I've got this new spell. It's really great. If you want to use it, or if you want me to use it, we can't be tracked.
Called Pass Without Trace.
What? How do you
Is
know
that what it is?
I mean, yeah, but you shouldn't.
Out of character.
How do you know that? You don't even have proficiency
Oh, it's my
in nature.
my divination powers. I used it to see the fourth wall.
Wow.
She slept with enough rangers to know what they have.
Wow.
It's very very common ranger. Anyway,
Yeah. That.
could be wise.
Yeah, but you kind of have to stay within 30 feet of me. So if I'm scouting ahead, it wouldn't really work. But if I'm staying with you guys, then it would.
What's the
later, then.
duration on that?
About an hour.
Perhaps we have you scout ahead and then use it if it seems like something's going to happen.
I suppose, but it's just it makes it so that we don't leave footprints out of here.
I mean, we could always use it for the first hour
Yeah.
to cover our tracks, and then after that, he can scout ahead.
Sounds appropriate.
Okay. Sounds like you guys got a plan. So, Tergot, you scouting ahead a little bit and training Edmund as well. But for the first hour, you're gonna cast the spell Pass Without a Trace to make sure that you're not seen as you guys are heading out. I like it.
I'm just kind of spraying ashes of mistletoe in everyone's face.
Okay,
To cast a spell.
so go ahead and throw it up, just so everyone can see it in the chat. Pass Without a Trace is one of my favorite spells, especially for a Rogue Ranger. Basically, what it does is it creates a 30-foot area around you. It centers on you, Tergot. So everyone has to stay within 30 feet of you to get the benefit of it. But with that, everyone gets a plus 10 to their Dex stealth checks, which is awesome.
Yeah, and now I have a plus 20 to the stealth, so no one can see me.
So it sounds like you guys are... You're not traveling slowly, but you're traveling at a decent pace to try to head north. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
heading for the city.
Okay, I like it. So after Tergot casts the spell, you all cluster around him, and together as a group, you all head what Tergot tells you is north. So Tergot, you leading the charge. I'm going to go ahead and have you roll one more survival check. We're actually going to do a skill challenge here to make your way through here. I assume, Tergot, you want to go first. So, yep, survival at advantage is
Another natural 20.
Natural 20.
Roll 20's been giving them out in twos.
Yeah.
This happened to me yesterday.
Damn, you rolled 20. That's okay. With a natural 20, Tergot leads all of you into the depth of the forest, and it is getting deeper and denser and darker the farther you head north. You're coming up to near the dead center of the forest, and it is dark. But Tergot leading it, you have no trouble. He finds the correct game trails to weave around any obstacles. He leads you along gullies that anyone else would fall down and hurt themselves. But Tergot, you are just at home in your natural element, and you know exactly where to lead your team. So, who wants to assist Tergot as you guys all make your way into the forest? This is going to be... I'm going to need 4 checks total. I want each... Tergot obviously went first, so who's going to go next, and what are you doing to aid in the journey north?
May I aid by not doing anything, by being a clumsy elephant?
Yeah, just... Well, it's survival, isn't it?
I want 3 more people to make rolls, and I want you guys to tell me what you're doing, how you're doing it, and what skill you're using to aid your travel.
I need to draw my cards, roll my dice.
You do need to do that too, Fantine. So
I guess I'll go first, and I'll help him out by making sure that we avoid any obstacles too far ahead, because even though it's dark, I have really good dark vision. And if we ever feel like we're losing our way, I'll just send Barnabas to get above the trees.
Okay, I like it. So go ahead and make a perception check for me.
21.
21, yeah. Between Finn and Barnabas, you guys are able to see anything that's coming up, and there is quite a bit out there. You see quite a bit of game, deer primarily, but a lot of rabbit, a lot of fox, occasionally wolves. And between Tergot and his Nat 20 survival and Finn's perception, you guys are easily able to weave around and stay out of the scent abilities, I suppose, of any packs of wolves as you guys make your way through the woods. So that's 2 successes so far. Who's going to go next?
I will go. And what I am doing is using my general divination powers to try to discern any bad vibes
Okay.
on our trail.
Okay, I get it. I like it. Go. It's creative. Go ahead
I'm
and
sensing the vibe.
yeah. No, I like it. I like it. Give me an
All right.
Arcana check.
All right. I will Arcana for the vibes. 22.
22. Yeah. There's your patron, whether it was a dream or whether it was something that actually happened, you're not quite sure, but your patron did warn you that there's a lot of things out there in the woods. And
Oh yes.
with your Arcana, you're casting your divination senses wide. That power you possess as a medium and as a seer, and you're sensing, you're seeking any type of malevolent, magical energy, anything that might be directed towards you, and working together with them, you aid in the guidance by calling out, no, not over there. I definitely feel something evil over there, and that's a third success. That's very good. Who wants to go?
Only
last?
rolling above 20.
Yes.
Whoever goes
So-
next.
You call yourself a medium. What kind of powers would you get if you were a large?
Well, I'd be a
I'll
lot more
go.
attractive,
Why
that's
not?
for sure.
God.
I'm helping by praying to my Lord that we get out of here in one piece.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. Give me a religion check.
Good thing I'm good at religion checks.
On
not.
20.
I'm a cleric with a -1 at religion. I'm awesome.
God, the sun kind of sucks today.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't even see the sun through these clouds.
You absolutely can't. The clouds are getting denser and denser. The foliage above you and all the trees, it's blotting out the sun. So much so that you actually have to call up light onto your trunk to see where you're going. And you're just having a difficult time with it, and it's discouraging. Discouraging so much so that you're kind of dragging your feet a little bit as you guys are all making your way. But still, that was 3 successes, so that's pretty good. And with that, you spend most of your day traveling northward, led by Tergot, with everyone fanning out and fanning out their senses as much as they can. Shadowfire kind of just dragging his feet, and feeling a little bit depressed by the lack of the sun today. But since you did succeed, as you guys are making your way north, the sun is, from what you can tell, just beginning to set. It's been a long day. Cooler than any of you like. It is still, what is it right now? It's the 14th of Valentine, so still pretty well in spring, and it's a bit chilly today. Especially with the clouds coming overhead, and y'all shiver a little bit as the sun begins to dip down. However, go ahead, everybody, and give me a stealth check.
That's a 13.
I'm just going from one good stat to the other.
Tergot, you especially would have seen this.
Things are all pretty good.
But pretty much all of you. Tergot is scouting ahead a little bit at this point, along with Edmund. And he calls out and stops everybody, and you all duck down and hide as you see, far ahead, 4 large ogres with a gigantic green troll in between them, all of them lumbering, heading in a northeastern direction. You can see with your high perception rolls that you made that these ogres and troll each seem to be carrying or dragging along the carcass of a deer. One of them has a wolf. And you can just barely make out the sounds of them kind of rumbling and talking to one another. Does anybody here speak giant?
No.
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 So I imagine you guys are kind of bunched up like this, taking the horse behind. And you can hear them talking. And they're all kind of talking amongst themselves as they're just dragging these carcasses forward. But none of you can understand what they're saying. None of them have noticed you. And all of them seem to just be intently walking in that northeastern direction.
Hey, does anyone have a spell where they can understand languages at all? Perhaps.
You would think, but no.
Really? I thought you could read all writing and stuff.
That's all I can do though. I can't speak every language. I can just read them all. So.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm just saying, just I don't know. I've heard of it as a thing.
Think, but no.
You would think.
I can.
You need to talk to your people about that.
What'd you say, Shadowfire?
I can heat up metal.
Oh.
Well,
I think we can save that one.
Yeah, we come to that later.
I'm sure it'll come in handy.
It might be useful.
Mr. Game Master, does it look like they're going to pass by us in the direction that they're going?
No, you've spotted them ahead of you. If you
Right,
actually
are they walking towards us, is what I'm asking.
No, they're walking in a northeastern direction, away from where you guys are now.
Okay.
So perhaps we could just wait them out.
Yeah, probably. Or, I could drop a fireball on them. Either one. Both work.
I mean, there's a fun option, and that's like... and then there's a safe option.
We should pick our battles more wisely.
Why would you
I kinda
drop
like
a
this one.
fireball? Don't you throw them?
As you guys are all kind of crouched down and whispering this amongst yourselves, they are starting to move away a little bit beyond your field of vision. They're still talking. That's still that.
How big is the wolf?
Yeah, estimate. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Can I also do a perception perception to just see if they have anything else on them that would, maybe
absolutely.
suggest as to where they came from or where they might be going?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check as well.
I was about to ask, are you doing a perception to make sure Shadowfire's not about to do something stupid?
I got a big 6.
No, Finn. Edmund does not speak giant. So, Shadowfire, it's bigger than your average wolf, but you can't tell quite how big. They're getting farther out of your field of vision by now.
I'd say let's follow them, see where they're going.
Yeah, what if they're going to a town? Like, there's
Shadowfire
They
is
seem
great
like they're
here
going
to here.
quicker than it.
I mean, we're going to the city, so why would we need to find a town?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, they could be going to a town and attacking it, and, like, that's
Guys,
not good.
Not likely
It's
with
a
food.
puppy.
Yeah, but they've already got a meal.
I'd say we should just let them pass on by.
Yeah, they seem like just ogres living their lives. I'm not willing to engage.
They have a puppy.
The puppy dead.
Now that you're looking at it, that last one, it doesn't seem like it's a deer. Maybe it's more of a horse.
They took our horse.
Oh my god. I'm really not worried about the fate of a dead horse.
They took our horse. They dug it up. They undug it up
Dead already.
and
What,
took it out of its grave.
Do you want to walk over there and strike it? do you want to go over and beat a dead horse?
Yes, that's really what we're doing if we fight over our dead horse. We're literally beating a dead horse.
I mean, I won't be up there. I'll be back here shooting it, but
And I suggest we let them have it and move on.
I think according to Shadowfire, we agreed to put everything to a vote. So, all in favor of letting them walk away and avoiding a battle, raise your hands. I raise my hand.
Barnabas and I both raise our hands.
hey, familiars don't get
Barnabas
votes.
counts. Barnabas counts. He's a
what?
sentient creature
What?
No.
with language.
He's intelligent.
Hold on
He's
one
intelligent.
second, guys. As you guys are kind of discussing this, I feel like you're getting a little more enthusiastic about the discussion. So give me another stealth check real quick.
Shit.
Shadowfire just wants to play with the fucking puppy.
What if that 4 was a 16?
What if it was?
It is, actually.
You're using your
Yeah, that's fine.
your spark. Okay.
So that's 16 on the die, so it's actually a 19.
Okay. So you got your Fantine is starting to get really worked up in this whole thing, and she actually has to, you see a little bit of a shimmer around her as she's forcing herself to
Sorry, guys, I just rewrote
remain
history.
calm, and yep, you used your ability to alter reality to keep yourself quiet. Well done. You're talking amongst yourselves, debating and taking a vote whether or not you should attack or follow them or do what or let them go by. And the very last one just stops for a moment. The other 4 are moving ahead. He's kind of sniffing a little bit. And he shakes his head. He's just kind of looking back and forth, but he starts walking again, but slower.
Shadowfire, once we get to the city, I'll just buy you a puppy.
It's a pup. I want a puppy now.
Okay, let's put it to a vote.
We'll
I
get
think we
you
had 3 in favor. 3 in favor of not starting a battle.
Barnabas does not count.
Barnabas counts.
He's in trouble.
Ormr, what's your vote?
I mean, I kind of wanted to follow them, see where they're going, but I
So
guess it's
1
gonna be
vote
a
for the third
majority.
option. Well, I guess that doesn't entirely negate not starting a fight, but it is more likely to start a fight.
Just call it option 3 and move on.
Okay, 1 vote for option
Shadowfire
3.
has a... I don't want to fight. I just want to play with the puppy.
That sounds like 2 votes for option 3.
All right, me and Edmund vote for fighting.
You can't speak
you don't
for
get to
Edmund.
speak for Edmund.
Edmund is an intelligent
Edmund's
creature.
not a sentient creature.
He's not your familiar.
Well, I suppose if you're asking me, fighting ogres would be an interesting experience.
Edmund, do you want to make it to Northamia alive or dead?
Considering we haven't
Preferably
bandaged our
alive.
wounds from the bear fight.
So yeah, we followed him because 4 against 3.
What? That was
No.
3 options, or 3 for option 1.
Well, yeah,
2
because
for
I don't want
option
to
2,
tie
and 2
anything.
for option 4.
Finn, you are healed from your
Oh,
long
okay.
rest.
I misunderstood that then.
I would be willing to give in to Ormr's plan to follow them, but we need to be wise about when we decide to attack or what we decide is worth attacking over.
I
If we
mean,
follow
really-
them and discover
I
it is our horse, I still don't care.
Really, the
I
question
don't
is,
want to fight anyone.
do we have enough supplies to keep going this way, or
Yeah, I don't have any rations on my character sheet, so I don't know,
can
do we
forage
have-
for food.
yeah, do we have like a supply of rations in the bag or something?
not
Or
to
we
mention
just-
the fact
Tergot
that
just said he can forage for food.
not to
I can
mention
get
the
double whatever any of you can if I forage, so
Not to mention that, yeah, these guys might be going somewhere, but we know that there's an army being built up right now that we have to try and stop. And the more time we spend away from that, the stronger they will become.
I
I'm
agree.
sorry. Let's go.
All right. Well, sounds like we're gonna sneak past, or
But we
let
can
them
just wait.
wander off.
You can just wait.
Yeah.
If we're not fighting, we might not go up there at all.
You're right. So I think we wait for them to get a far distance, and then continue on
Okay.
stealthily.
Okay. So you hunker down for probably a good 30-40 minutes watching the ogres and the troll making their way to the northeast, as I said. They disappear into the brush. 40 minutes later, after you guys duck down, and other than hearing them, because you can hear them for quite a while, depending on how long you want to wait, they're probably crunching along for the better part of an hour and a half or more before the sounds finally end.
Maybe
If-
half an hour.
God, they're so
Yeah, it's about-
slow. Ah!
I'm like snacking.
I'm lightly bashing my head against a tree.
Okay. So you wait for about 30-40 minutes or so before moving on, and the sun is definitely getting low at this point. If you travel for much more than an hour or so, it's going to become difficult to continue.
What's making it difficult?
The
Well,
darkness.
Just the darkness. Traveling at night. You're
So-
getting to the point where you guys are going to have to camp out for the evening.
Gotcha. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure the only one who doesn't have dark vision is Shadowfire.
No, I have my nose.
Well, I mean, are you wanting to continue on and travel in the evening? It's up to you.
I don't like traveling in the dark, though. It's
It's
bad.
true.
luck.
Shadowfire's had a hard day. The sun has hardly been out all day.
That's fair. We can wait.
The sun won't come out till tomorrow.
Yes, Shadowfire, the sun will come out tomorrow. All right.
So you guys just going to go ahead and make camp?
Sounds right.
Okay. Now, the area you are currently in, as I described, you've walked on maybe about 30 minutes or more after waiting for the trolls. So you probably get another, I don't know, half mile, maybe a mile. Yeah, probably about, 30 minutes. Yeah, probably about 2 miles away
Yeah.
from where you are. Just thinking. What? But anyway, the area, very densely treed, but you do find a small area where all of you could spread out and camp if you want to. You build a fire. You set about what little rations you do have. Tergot, you said something about foraging?
Yeah, I would probably take Edmund with me, but I could go hunting, find some deer for dinner.
You could, if that's what you want to do.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Okay. So while everybody else is making camp, you and Edmund go stalking off on your own into the woods at night. Now, keep in mind, Edmund is a human, so you're going to have to be helping him out a lot. Go ahead and make a... Let's see. Give me a stealth check and a survival check from you. the survival is not going to be with advantage because you're going to be helping Edmund the entire time.
I'll go for 19.
Very nice. Okay. So for about another hour, hour and a half, the two of you are moving silently through the trees while you are looking specifically for tracks of deer. You do eventually find some during that hour and a half, and it leads you on a trail that kind of circles off to the west, or to the east. However, after another 30-40 minutes of tracking, you do find a yearling leaning up against a tree, kind of rubbing its side. And with your 19 stealth, you and the Edmund manage to duck down and hide without being detected by the deer. Give me an attack roll, please. Yeah, 21's definitely going to hit.
And 9 damage to that deer.
Okay. So yeah, you duck down.
Oh, plus sneak attack.
Yep, plus your sneak attack. So without question, you took out that deer. I'm not even going to bother pulling up a deer stat. Your arrow flies true, sinking deep into the deer's flank, and it just drops. And you quickly run over, pull the arrow out, slice the deer's throat, and end his life. The two of you spend the better part of an hour dressing the deer so you can bring it back. And eventually, about the time the moon is getting up there on the horizon, the clouds are starting to disperse finally. And the rest of you at camp have finally gotten a fire going and all set out and got yourselves ready for the evening. You do see Edmund and Tergot coming back, carrying along a smallish deer. But, like I said, it's a yearling, but definitely enough to feed all of you guys.
Hey, guys, I just committed a crime.
It's not a crime.
Yeah, it is. You can't hunt in these woods without the king's permission.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, no, it's
I
a
never
crime.
would have known.
I mean,
The king can claim to own the whole forest.
that's kind of what they do.
It's wild.
But isn't Edmund our king? Didn't he give
No,
you permission?
No.
I think he's not a king. He's like a lord, a
well-
young lord.
Also,
Yes.
not in his little territory, so.
Technically, yes. My
Oh.
father is, or was, the lord of a province, but we are well outside our lands.
I would like to approach Ormr, right? Is that right? Ormr.
Ormr.
And I want to use the crystal ball to scry on the troll.
Okay.
Because then we can see where they went. Satisfy your curiosity. So, I do it. I think he has to make a wisdom save, right?
Yep,
Is,
I
is it a
believe so.
scrying spell?
1 second, I'm pulling up his sheet. Oh yeah, that was a 1. So yeah, Fantine, you sit down with your scrying stone and peer into it, running your hand over it like you do. And as you gaze into the crystal ball, your vision moves on to... it flies upward, out through the trees, and you don't seem to move very far. And as it comes down, you focus in on a dimly lit cave with the troll working over a large fire. It seems to be building this fire up over what you see a very large spit. The troll moves away a little bit, walks down south along, or at least it seems south from your perspective, because you're kind of just your perspective is just, I imagine, is just hovering a little bit above the troll, so you're seeing a little bit around him, but mostly you're seeing the troll. And it moves over to this very large pile of junk and random things. You see a broken wagon, several crates and chests just broken and thrown on top of it. All manner of cloth and timber and broken things, broken jars, broken bottles, coins strewed everywhere in this huge mess. You also see quite a bit of clothing, just all thrown into this giant pile. It's like basically anything they find, they just throw in a giant pile. The ogre is pulling out bits of wood, rips off one of the sides of a wagon, and you see quite a bit of bones all over the place as things shift and rumble. The ogre walks back to the fire and tosses the wood onto it and you just see the flames leap up even higher.
Pressing.
The troll then walks over to a nearby table where you see the corpse of a horse and 2 humans.
Can I tell if it's our horse?
It's hard to tell because the thing is halfway through being skinned.
Okay. It looks like a horse to me.
It's a horse, but you're not sure. And you see the troll pick up a very large knife and continue working on cleaning the skin off of this thing. But what catches your notice is there's the body of 2 humans as well on that table. Dissected a little bit, scooped out, and the troll seems to be preparing all 3 of these.
To be cooked and eaten?
It's probably a good guess.
Alright. Well, there you have it, Ormr. That's what's going on in the troll den. But I didn't see anyone in dire need of our help. Just a few who are already lost.
They just don't want to go for it.
Guys, this deer is really tasty.
Let me get some of that.
Should we go and avenge the death of those that they are getting ready to eat?
Oh my gosh.
There's lots of treasure too.
You know,
Lots of treasure.
I think so.
No.
But
I mean, you did say you saw a lot of other things there too that maybe monetarily
trash.
worth it.
Some trash, some strewn coins, some hungry ogres.
There was a lot of stuff there. There was. You probably saw some weapons, some bright silvery objects.
All right, so but it's no dragon's hoard, all right?
no, but it is a troll's horde, which could be better. You don't know.
I don't actually think it is.
You don't know though.
It could have valuable stuff in it. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying it's it's not like tons of gold. And you do have to fight some ogres and a troll for it.
We could go in when they're not around.
So when the scrying kind of went to a location, was I able to tell what direction that was?
As near as you could tell, it was east of where you guys currently are.
But not that far, right?
Not that far. It was your perspective went up, went over, went down. It was a pretty quick.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to tell exactly where it is, but
yeah,
you do know from the direction they are heading as well. So you kind of guess it's probably around east of you.
Well, if we
It's
took the
not-
astral plane, it would be quite a short trip, but
Not
on
like
foot.
trolls are super difficult to follow.
True.
That is true.
You want us to travel through the astral plane to get there?
No, I was just making a joke. How
Oh.
the scrying ball went and flew around. Just a good old elf humor.
Yeah, I'm not an elf, so.
I thought you were a half-elf.
Yes.
So she half
Do you
gets
think
it.
Do you think half elves just have a culture all their own? Like I wasn't raised by elves and humans, so I have to make up a half elf culture.
I thought that was actually a thing. Like, you're not. I mean, I wouldn't notice.
Anyway,
Anyway, I broke the fourth wall. This deer's pretty good, guys.
we're all eating the deer, thinking about whether we should go fight those trolls. I mean, I'll support whatever the majority decides. So if you guys think that with this new information, that it would be worth it, I'll go with you.
God damn.
I mean, I'm down for
Did it-
getting some better equipment.
I honestly
Possibly
wouldn't be
better
able to
equipment.
tell whether it'd be worth
Was
it or
the
not.
troll
Yeah.
was the troll hurting anyone?
It was currently skinning a horse, and it has hurt people in the past. But I could have told you that when we first laid eyes on it.
Hurt
Because it's a
horsey?
troll. Well, a horse.
He
must
There was no
No,
verifying
it was our
which
horse. It was our horse
I-
Shadowfire.
I found no evidence to support the claim.
But
that
did
it
you
was
find
our
any evidence
horse.
against it?
No.
Okay, then.
But
Not
listen,
our
the
horse
troll is
until
innocent
proven
until
our horse.
yes, innocent until proven guilty.
But it killed people, so.
It
It's
did
fine.
kill people,
Yeah, exactly.
but
Did,
nobody I knew personally.
did you see it kill them?
No. It
Then
did
how do you
have
know?
it had bodies on the table, so maybe it found those people just like it found our horse if it is our horse.
It's totally not.
But that means if it is our horse, he dug it out of the grave. And that's not a good thing.
That would be their horse.
We're gonna kill the troll for violating the religious rights of our horse.
Exactly. Who's with me?
All in
As
favor
the
of
only cleric, I think I should have the right to decide a religious killing.
all in favor
I'll follow your religion, though, mate.
all in
What
favor
religion?
of hunting down the troll and the ogres and exacting revenge for the fallen whoever they are. Say aye.
Hi. Edmund, come on, say hi.
I guess.
Just bullied him.
I'm not bullying him.
Edmund, you know you can make your own decisions.
I want to go
That's
on
what
record.
Finn says how many sessions.
And
That's my
stay.
worries. Is the side quest.
Fantine's a good leader.
Oh, Fantine sheds a tear. Tries to hide it.
So what are you guys doing? Are you going after him, or are you gonna?
Well,
stay
I
here?
see there was an eye from Ormr, an eye from Edmund, I guess, and an eye from Tergot. So that's 3.
Our horse back there also says
The
I
horse-
because
the,
our
no,
horse
the horse
is
has a
not
language. The
intelligent.
requirement with
companion.
language, it has to have a language.
that I do not agree with this.
Because you can't communicate with the horse to know it says aye or nay unless it has a.
That's who.
It does
I'm a
say
ranger.
nay. It does actually say nay, though, because it is a horse.
You all see the horse just standing over there eating some grass. It looks up, it looks at you, it rolls its eyes, and goes right back to eating.
But does the horse say?
It's just eating.
Actually, if you think about it, our new horse would probably be against
Uh,
us.
I rolled a
doing
19 on animal
this simply
handling.
for the chance that it
Stop.
might get killed and eaten as well.
Shadowfire, what do you say?
I want to kill the horse killer.
All right, that's another eye for Shadowfire, which without the horse gives 4.
You don't have to count.
However,
We're not counting the horse.
You don't have to count Edmund
How-
either.
Listen, Edmund
However-
is a part of this team, and I have to take him at his word. Unless, Edmund, you want to change your mind. And I look at him very intensely.
Edmund says that as an NPC, it's up to the party.
party?
Shame on
Where?
me for treating you like a person.
Edmund, come on, you make it so there's an odd number of people. Because apparently Finn's familiar counts.
He's intelligent.
Finn, what do you say?
My only question is how long this is going to take away from our trek to stop an army.
No. That's the point.
Like a day? It's not going to take us a month to kill these things.
Well, I think we might be beat anyway.
Yeah, probably.
From a playing perspective, of course, Barnabas wouldn't count to the players voting on what they want to do, any more than the DM's run NPC would count towards the vote. It's you 5 as players decide what you want to do.
Yeah. All right. I guess we're going to go out of our way to kill these trolls and ogres. Let's just try to make it as quick as we can. The question is, do we want to wait until morning?
Well, definitely. But the thing is, we can wait until they're out of their cave. You know, we don't necessarily have to kill them. I just want to raid their cave.
All right, but it seems like they got their food. They'll probably be there for... Anyway, I guess we should take our rest.
Shadowfire
They might hunt every day.
I mean, we can camp out for the night and then kind of go over there and scout in the morning and, you know, kind of wait till at least some of them are gone.
Let's just hope that they don't find us overnight.
You might want to stomp out the fire, then.
Because they were pretty close by. Not immediately, but you know.
So is that what you guys decided? You're going to wait until morning and then go scout out and see if you can find the troll's lair?
I think
Sure.
so. I think we were just beat on the vote, so it's gonna happen.
Okay. So you guys settle in for an uneasy watch as the knowledge of trolls somewhere being out there kind of has all your minds. Who's going to take first watch?
I can take first, unless somebody else wants first.
I'll take second.
I'll take third.
I got last.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your first perception check.
Nice, nat 20.
Nat 20. It is a cold, clear, and uneventful evening. You settle in for your watch, and other than the occasional sound of bugs, cicadas, and an owl or two, nothing really strikes your interest. Who's going to take second watch? Again.
That's mine.
Okay. Perception check.
15.
Yeah, likewise. It's a quiet evening. You do have to huddle towards the fire if you guys didn't stamp it out. I think I heard somebody say that, but I'm not sure. Anyway, but like Ormr, it's a quiet evening. You don't hear anything that really draws your attention away. Who's going third?
That's me. Perception, please. 21.
Occasionally you hear the sounds of birds. The cicadas are pretty loud, but nothing else happens on your watch.
I hear it's one of those cicada years.
Oh yeah, gonna be a ton of.
It's 2021 in game.
Mm-hmm. Last watch of the evening, Shadowfire.
I believe you're thinking of locusts.
Just be glad it's not 2020 in game.
You spend your watch mostly with your head down, praying to Ra as the sun comes up over the horizon. The day is clear, but your attention is drawn away, focused intently on your God and your prayers. But fortunately, your watch goes by without an issue. And you all wake up very early, I would assume, and prepare for your exploration and your attempt to find the troll's lair. So
Catch them while they're sleeping.
What do you guys want? Do you guys have anything you want to do before you strike out in search of the trolls? The troll and the ogres, I should say.
Just gonna roll some new dice.
Well, y'all do have your long rest.
Always getting a 16 in the mix. I'm pretty sure I have a 16 every time.
Yeah, it seems like it. Okay.
Alright, so how long do we think it's gonna take to get there? Because if it's gonna take an hour to get there, then I can do my thing.
I literally cannot tell.
Well, maybe.
It was magic. I just know the direction, which was eastward.
Huh, maybe we should ask our tracker fellow how long it's gonna take. Hey, Tergot, how long is it gonna take us to get there?
What? I
He's like,
haven't seen the place.
Well, let's just head in an eastward direction, and you keep an eye out for troll tracks or smells, or
I mean, I can smell them from here.
Okay, well then just follow your
Then
nose.
use your nose.
Well, it's not really a directional
Look,
thing.
can
I'm not.
you see why?
I don't have that great a sense of smell. I can just smell the stench.
Yes, this is why we should have a
Can
dog.
you see why kids like Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Okay, let's head east. Let's get on with it already.
Yep, let's go ahead, Tergot. Since you're the one looking for these troll tracks, give me a survival check with advantage, since you are on your favorite terrain.
22.
I was expecting another nat 20. I'm not gonna lie.
I was hoping for one.
At 22, it's not difficult to find troll tracks. This area is a high traffic area for troll and ogres alike, and it's easy to follow them, leading to an oddly shaped dome, completely covered in ivy and moss, with tree trunks actually smashed down and put on top. It almost looks like half of a oversized beaver hole or beaver dam in the middle of the woods.
This looks like one of those beaver holes.
God, we got
Yeah,
beaver bears
beaver
and up
hole.
here.
Yeah, fuck you, beaver dam. But yeah, it's
Man, bear,
a big
beaver.
mound of dirt and moss and trees and branches and all sorts of things. And then dug down, you can all see the entrance to, you would guess, a troll-made cave.
Right. I'm gonna
Alright.
send Barnabas invisible to scout it out.
That works too. I was gonna go in.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna move you to a new map. So you guys should be able to see yourselves by now. Yep.
Yep.
And is everyone's vision working?
I do not appear to be on the map.
I can't see a turtle.
Sorry about that.
And the vision is working, but it doesn't have dynamic lighting if you intended it to. I don't know.
Yeah, I did.
We definitely don't see the turtles and ogres.
Everybody close your eyes.
And shake your heels and say there's no place like home.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You're fine. You put up with us. I mean, that's, so much worse.
One second,
GM
I'm
does
getting a phone call.
everything.
Yeah, that's what you can see. That's irritating. Okay, I'm gonna have to redo it here.
That's okay. Maybe we can take a quick break
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. Why don't we?
because
go
Finn
ahead
just
and-
took a phone call. So
Yeah, why don't we go ahead and do that while I'm trying to get this fixed up. So, everybody, sorry about that. Hate it when Roll20 doesn't work, but we're going to go ahead and take a 10-minute break, and we will be right back.
awesome.
Howdy, everybody. Howdy, everybody. We are back. And when we last left off, the Debauchery Circus had just found the cave where the ogre and troll prince had led them. Very odd sort of beaver dam looking mound in the middle of the woods. And Finn had decided to send his familiar Barnabas inside to scout it out. So, Debauchery Circus, what do you want to do?
He's moving forward a little.
As Barnabas, being invisible, very quietly sneaks in. Go ahead and give me a stealth check for him, with advantage, since he's
Sure.
invisible.
Mm-hmm.
21.
Very nice. Quiet as quiet can be, with barely more than a little whoosh. With each flap of his wings, Barnabas very stealthily creeps forward to a tee-off intersection, or not a tee-off, just a left intersection, where he sees an ogre sitting with his butt just barely dangling over a very large, deep black pit. Seems to be kind of grunting there a little to himself and takes no notice whatsoever of the invisible Barnabas.
Moving on from this horrifying sight, although he will at least give us a description of, hey, there's a ogre here.
What's he doing though? What's the ogre doing?
Yes, I would really love to know what ogres do in their
Can
spare
you
time.
describe
Honestly,
it to me?
go on, full detail.
Full detail. What's it look like?
Barnabas moves on down the corridor around the what is it called when the stalactite and stalagmite touches? I can never remember.
Well, it's stalactite holds tight to the ceiling.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is when the two of them grow so large that they touch
Oh,
in the
that they're
middle,
like
yeah,
that.
I can't remember what it is.
It's ET phone home.
But whatever.
It's a
that
column.
Big that big column.
When a stalactite and a stalagmite love each other very much.
Wouldn't it be horrible to be killed while taking a shit? That's the worst Hell House. But as Barnabas creeps down the center of the corridor, he does see that it opens up quite a bit. There is an ogre laying on the ground over here on what appears to be a very large mound of straw and hay. The troll, it seems, its back is to you over here in this far corner, and it seems to be working over a fire, trying to get it lit, or at least a mound of wood and debris and whatnot, which you could probably see just barely in Barnabas's vision. It also seems that the corridor kind of goes a little bit to the right and snakes off.
Seems like it's called a column.
Okay, column works for me.
That's what the internet says.
Barnabas, go ahead and give me another stealth with advantage. Okay.
Bar- 14.
Barnabas creeps a little bit more into the chamber, his wings giving little whoosh, whoosh, whoosh sounds as he moves forward. To his left, he can see the scene that I described for Fantine earlier, a very large mess of debris. Broken wagons, tree branches, crates and boxes just smashed open, and contents just spread out all over the place. You can see the troll with its back to you, crouched down, working, pushing bits of wood into a pile, obviously to make a fire. And he can see that ogre just on the other side of that column there.
So basically what he's described to me, one ogre's sleeping, the troll is at work on something or other, and one of the other ogres is down a side passage and indisposed,
Yeah,
but
there's one
awake.
Yeah. Yes.
I do not know where the other one is, but it might be down that little corridor he mentioned to the right. He has not yet gone down that way because I don't want him to get too far ahead of all of us in case he's discovered.
Well, if the first one is predisposed, I'd say that gives us a good opportunity to attack.
As long as we can do it quietly enough, yeah.
True.
I agree. We should probably try taking them out one by one if possible.
It's a surprise round. Let's see.
Do we have to roll for initiative for this, or like?
It depends on what we do,
it depends
probably.
on what you guys are wanting to do.
Mr. Game Master,
Yep.
how big was that hole?
You push him in the poop hole.
That's what I was thinking.
Make an intelligence check for me.
Sure.
To determine the size of the hole by determining its diameter.
I mean, yeah. You're
Doing a
asking
18.
Barnabas.
I'm not arguing. I'm just making jokes.
I didn't know we had a thing of poopery in here.
Some poop.
Yeah, you're all assholes. I love you. You judge maybe 5, 6 at most, but probably closer to 5 feet. It was big enough that the thing has its ass over it and a little bit beyond, but not big enough that the thing could fit down completely.
But it's big enough for us
Okay,
to fall
that's not an
in which
option.
case I'd like to run away.
Well, then if we want to attack this thing, we'll just have to do it quietly as possible.
I can be very quiet.
I mean, I was thinking too, I could stealth in there as well, and I mean, I get several attacks in one round. I could potentially
Yeah,
do
me and
enough.
what's your name again?
Ormr.
Ormr. Okay, because you change it every week. Me and Ormr can just go in because we're probably the stealthiest out of everyone.
Give it a shot. I can send Barnabas with you. He can poison the bastard.
We could also pass without trace again.
Well,
To give
yeah, that
everybody
was
to
it.
stay.
That was
Yeah,
it, man.
definitely.
That was, but
So I'll have Barnabas move back some.
I imagine you guys are kind of hunkered down in a tree,
Mhm.
behind a tree, a little bit before the entrance of this.
Yeah.
Sure.
Without trace.
So
also, Edmund, make sure you stay back.
yeah,
Edmund, don't forget about your wand of magic missile.
oh yes, that's correct. I do have the one magic missile. It should be charged by now. So
Yeah, and
it is the only ranged weapon I have.
oh, I have an extra longbow. I've been meaning to give you if you can pull the string on that.
You might have to do some outside training and then give him the longbow for a fight. And maybe not right before one.
Alright, so here's
I
the
mean,
plan.
You never
You've got
know.
this, right, Edmund?
We'll reduce Tergot using magic. Then he'll go up inside the ogre, and then we'll
No.
enlarge him again so
No.
he explodes out.
I did not consent to that.
But
Now, it might take you a while to get all that out your fur, but that's not a problem for us, so.
so are you giving Edmund the longbow, or are you waiting?
I mean, I don't want it on me, so.
That's fine. Go ahead and delete it off your sheet. And I will add it. It's just a longbow. It's not a short bow.
Yeah, it's just a longbow. I threw my short bow in a fire.
Okay. Then go ahead and delete that off your character sheet, and I will add it to his.
Now, give him like 10 arrows. Maybe he can do something with it.
Okay. Yep. Okay. He now has a longbow.
And oh, you don't have the little wrist guard that you need for it. It's gonna slap against your skin really hard, and it's gonna hurt if you shoot it.
Well, I will keep my sleeves down when I shoot. That might help.
Yeah, definitely. Although we should get you some bracers.
Yeah. Now he did take a level of ranger, so I guess technically he would have
Proficiency.
But I'm gonna say, since this is the first time he's literally picked one. Well, no, he was. You know what? He was trained. He's a kid who grew up in wealth and privilege, so I'm sure he shot a bow before. So
Yeah, you'd be trained.
yeah, absolutely. So you said 10 arrows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so Barnabas will sneak up with you two and just try and take him out. Especially if you have any sort of abilities that will make it so he can't scream for help. And we'll wait towards the entrance so that we can come in if you are discovered, but if not, then try and take him out.
Are you gonna do pass without trace on everyone? Because in that case, we have to stay within 30 feet. of
Yeah,
each
like,
other.
Yeah,
so are we all going in, or is just the stealthy ones going in?
Well, because I think if we all have pass without trace, that gives us all a plus 10. So we might.
Yeah, I mean,
all
we
just be able
we
to
can all go in
Well,
if we
Hey
want. I mean,
guys, I know I'm the stealthiest one here, but I think I should stay back.
my biggest problem is that I don't have any offensive spells that don't require verbal components. So,
Hmm.
Do you have a crossbow, or a short bow, or a longbow?
I have a dagger.
I have
Would you
these
like,
two unmagical daggers that I've been keeping around for no reason.
Would you like to borrow my vicious hand crossbow?
Let me see one thing really quick.
I have a mace and a candle.
Hey, anesthetic. Glad you could make it.
I mean, if you want, we can just do the stealthy.
I do have an idea of something that could help that I could do, so I'll be all right.
All right.
Before we go in here, I think I have poison somewhere. How many arrows can I dip in poison?
I believe 3.
All right. Yeah, I'll dip 3 arrows in poison. Hey,
Sweet.
it's the one I bought from the Thieves Guild a while ago.
Okay. Is that basic poison?
I believe so. It was like the first session that I bought it, so.
Okay. Yep. That is... Applying takes an action. You use 3 pieces of ammunition. Applying it takes an action. Creatures hit by a poison weapon or ammo must make a DC 10 con save or take 1d4 poison damage. Okay, and the potency lasts for 1 minute. So you dip 3 arrows into your poison, and they are coated, so make sure you remember that. And what are you guys doing?
All right, I've only got a minute with this, so we going in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good to go.
Did you cast Pass Without Trace or no?
I'm going to if we're like in a bit. Like, are we all going in?
Yes.
All right. Casting Pass Without Trace.
All right.
You cast Pass Without a Trace, mark that on your character sheet. And all of you, as long as you're within 30 feet of him, you have a plus 10. So if all of you are stealthily moving into the opening of this little den, go ahead, everyone, and make a stealth check. And add 10 to that.
Natural 20, so 40.
21.
I've got 21.
Shouldn't be advantage.
I want to cast a spell as well before we actually go off. I have a scroll of bless I want to use.
Oh, absolutely.
Sweet.
So go. You should have this. You should have that spell in your spell list as well because you're a cleric. So why don't you pop that up just so everyone can see it in the chat?
I actually don't think I have it trained.
It doesn't matter. You're not casting the spell. You're just popping it up for them.
Oh no, I'm saying I don't have it on here.
Oh really? Oh okay.
I can copy and paste
Here,
it.
I copy paste. Yeah, I can copy and paste it right here. I got it.
That's fine. Just so everyone knows what it is, I believe it's a D4 on attack rolls and saving throws. So who are you casting the bless on?
I'm going to cast on me, the turtle, and Fantine.
Ooh.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
as we are the melee people.
Teacher's pet, teacher's pet.
I mean, do you want to get in the mix?
Smelly and wet.
If you want to get in the mix, I'll cast bless on you. I'll give you. I got this awesome mace. You can wield it with your great strength.
I go up in front sometimes, very rarely, but
you misspoke. You said great strength when you meant to say 8 strength.
Oh, sorry.
Got him.
It's my my language.
Okay, I marked on the 3 of you that you have the bless spell on you. And all of you very silently, because nobody, the lowest would be an 18. So yeah, you very quietly creep into the mouth of this cave. And it is as you see before you. So what do you guys want to do? How are you positioning yourselves?
Lowest is a 15. I never rolled.
Oh, okay. So lowest is still 15.
Positioning myself back from the melee.
I'm coming in right behind Ormr since I got that 10-foot range. I'm going to jab over your shoulder. Keep your head tilted slightly to the right.
Okay, and which direction is the troll looking? Like, is he looking outwards towards us, or downwards towards the wall?
No,
He's
Edmund
reading a
getting
magazine.
23. Yeah, he is actually bent down. His head is kind of downward on himself, and he just seems to be grunting. His hands are on his knees. He's just bent there, and he seems to be deep in concentration right now.
Okay, because the reason I'm asking is if it's possible for me to sneak up behind him, or to the side.
So
where
you
he
have a sneak attack round. You guys are all going to go... Why don't we go ahead and roll for initiative? But everyone's going to have a sneak attack round. So make sure you click on yourself. 2. Don't forget that. Did everybody get in?
Yes.
You need to roll for Barnabas too. I always forget that.
He goes on my order if I command him.
Well, I believe he has an initiative on his own. I remember reading that recently. That's fine. Well, we'll talk about it later. But I believe I remember reading that recently. Anyway, so the Ormr is technically going to go first, but you guys have a sneak attack round.
Surprise.
So Edmund is going to just hold off on his turn. And hold
no,
his
Edmund,
action.
please attack. I do more damage if you attack.
Oh, okay then. Well, in that case, Edmund's going to kick things off. If that's really what you want to do.
Magic missile! Hit him with a magic missile!
You have a bow!
Doesn't that make noise?
Does it?
I
guess use the bow if it's quieter.
No, first I'm going to...
You're a wizard, Edmund!
You're not a wizard. Unless you want to be.
There we go. There's some good music. Anyway, it is Edmund's turn. You guys have called many different things, and he's a little bit confused. But he's going to go with the last suggestion and use his longbow to attack the ogre. And that is a 19, which definitely hits. 10 points of piercing damage. Edmund, first in order, just raises, aims, fires, and cracks this ogre in the chest with an arrow. And the thing just looks up and is startled. That's his turn. Tergot, you're up next.
Alright, so I'm assuming with my 40 stealth he doesn't see me, so I get advantage on attack, right?
You do have advantage, and it's a surprise round, so yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to take my 2 shots at him.
24 is going to hit. Okay, for 23 points of damage. Nice.
And 15 on the other one?
15 hits as well.
10.
One second. Wow. So 3 arrows in a row, 1, 2, 3, fired in rapid succession, all 3 striking this thing, knocking him back, and blood is just oozing out of these wounds. He took a lot of damage. He took 43 points from those 3 arrows, just so you know.
Oh, yes.
And he is extremely hurt.
Bonus action, I'll give Edmund a high five.
And Edmund definitely high fives back.
And pretend I'm a level 2 rogue and try to hide behind a wall.
So you go over there and move back along the wall. That's it for your turn. Finn, you're up next.
Alright, I'm gonna try and do something a little weird here, but we'll see if it helps. So here's the text on my minor illusion spell. And I am going to attempt to be muffling any sounds of pain that the ogre might be making by muffling it with what it would sound like if he were doing his business.
That's not where the poopery's at.
So you're making a sound like he's pooping, like he's grunting.
Yep, to muffle the noises of him getting hurt.
Okay, I dig it. I dig it. You know what? That's actually kind of fun. Go ahead and take inspiration for that. I don't give out inspiration too often. I need to do that more.
Don't you mean you push it real good?
So this sound of fills the room, and it definitely muffles the sounds of the that this thing is grunted in pain. You're just hearing that sound of, and it's disturbing. It's like being in a bathroom truck stop and just hearing the guy in the next stall. Ugh. Okay, that's it for Finn's turn. Shoji, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna go up here. I've got to guess where I'm going because my dynamic gliding is based on Tergot, not me. So
Hold on.
Yeah, usually I can see both mine and Tergot's, but it is just Tergot right now.
Oh, it's because you don't have night vision. You should.
No, because legit, when Tergot moved back, dynamic lighting moved on me.
I know, I'm saying that's because, remember when he was having an issue accessing his character sheet? He had to change it so that Tergot was able to be edited by everyone, and that gave him access to his sheet again. So now we just always have Tergot's view too.
Well,
but usually we have both of them.
I'm going to take that off and see if it works.
Yeah, see if he can still access his character.
Tergot, can you access your character?
No, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something like messed up with
My Roll20 is having an identity crisis right now.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, whatever we gotta do to get him to be able to play, but anyway.
Shoji.
So I'm gonna go up here, and I mean, you know, I'm gonna do what Ormr does, which is one-handed quarterstaff with 20, I'm assuming, hits.
Oh, definitely.
For 8. And then I'm going to be doing my flurry of blows. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm doing that, and then I do my unarmed. 23, I'm assuming, hits as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this is more than enough to take out this ogre.
Okay, so then never mind.
Ormr, how does this look?
I imagine after I hit him with my quarterstaff, and then I turn around, hit him with my hand, and he's gonna fall ass first into the hole. And I imagine his feet are gonna be up kicking a little bit, and then he just kind of passes out and dies.
And you just see this ogre fall backwards into that hole, its ass just kind of plugging it up like a plunger, and he just falls down to the ground and is dead.
And I save a key point by not needing to use my flurry of blows.
I also still don't have dark vision.
Don't have it on you? Okay.
No. Rip.
Okay, and I'm assuming there's nothing of interest in here because it's just their crapper.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Is there any gold down there in that crap?
Diamond in the mush.
No, it's plugged up now. We can't even look into it.
Yeah, you really can't. You could pull the thing out of the way if you wanted to.
No, thank you.
No, I'm good. I'm pretty sure I don't want anything that's come out of them.
They might have eaten some coins lately.
I don't care.
Let's move along.
Don't you mean
Hey,
let's
Edmund.
push along?
Edmund, you're a really good shot. I've got to say,
Oh,
that was.
Thank you, Tergot. That was just really incredible.
Yeah, I forgot to use my poisoned arrows.
Oh well, we didn't need them.
I mean, we didn't, but it's. I mean, like I had them in my hand and everything, and I still went back and just muscle memory, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
I forgot. You got to call that out because I forgot to.
So we still probably have Pass Without Trace.
Oh yeah, it lasts for an hour.
Awesome.
But
Do we need to stealth check again?
Tergot, stay
Yes,
near everyone so you don't
probably.
get more than 30 feet away.
Everyone clustering up on Tergot, go ahead and make a stealth check for me, everybody.
23.
Okay. Well, at least it's still 17.
23.
And that's sad. I got
also
a +6 to stealth.
Yeah.
Wait, what does that? That gives
Barnabas
us a 14.
got a 27.
Okay, so Ormr got a 17, Tergot got a 23, Shadowfire got a 22, Finn got a 23, Edmund got a 17, Fantine crit failed, but still has a 14.
I think I'm gonna use my 7, so that it's 17. It's only a few more, but
Okay.
so just in case.
He rolled a 4. Okay, so you all cluster up together and begin making your way up the mouth, up the tunnel towards where you know the troll and the ogre sleeps. So, what are you guys wanting to do?
Advance.
Yep, stealthily advance.
I'm gonna just move all of you up.
Sorry, I grabbed mine.
It's okay. But you do creep along the tunnel, moving decently stealthy, though Fantine's still just kind of humming to herself a little bit and making just a tiny bit of noise. But as you guys come to the edge of the tunnel opening up, you do see the two columns stretching out in the middle of this chamber. You all do see to the left that large mound of clutter and debris. And the ogre still seems to be snoring as it lays there in that very large pile of hay and debris. The troll on the western side of the cavern at this point seems to be have the fire nice and brightly glowing. So I'm actually going to add a bit more light in here.
So what are the rules for slicing the throat of a sleeping target?
One second. You guys should see a little bit of light now coming from that far edge. Doing a coup de grace is basically a stealth check to go over to it, and an attack roll at advantage because he is lying prone and asleep, which automatically crits. Now what happens after that, it depends on what you roll. But a coup de grace, when something is lying prone and asleep, is usually just an auto crit. as long as it hits.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's got the highest straight up damage for a crit?
I do if it's already damaged.
Also multiple attacks.
I'm
So
just
I can do.
I do have 3 attacks.
multiple
with my
attacks
dagger.
means more noise. I was trying to see if we could take it out in one.
Yeah, because I mean, I could go over there and wail on it, but I don't know how quiet that would be.
Mine would
It's
be
6 seconds, so
2d10 plus 6 plus 2, so plus 4 for raging.
Not
That
sure you
normal
can
damage or
rage
crit
while
damage?
stealthed.
That would be crit. I mean, I don't have armor on, so at least I don't get a neg for that.
Yeah, mine is the same for one attack. It would be 2d10 plus 6. Or 2d10 plus 3, because I think it doesn't add your bonus on the crit.
Well, mine would be then 2d6 plus
2d10
7
plus.
because of rage.
So I
Oh,
guess
I see.
maybe Tergot then. And I can just take a ready in action to do another minor illusion to make him do a really loud snore right when you're stabbing him to death.
yeah, so I can do my.
Are we still in turn order?
Not right now. You're not. No.
I can poison this dagger of venom, and then use both my +1 or both of them are +1 technically. Both of those.
Now I will
Get
point
sneak
out
attack on the first one.
you guys are standing at the edge of the mouth of this larger chamber as you're whispering amongst yourself. I'm letting you use the rolls you guys did in their perceptions for now, but if you guys want to continue to keep talking, I'm going to need another stealth check.
Real quick, what are they wearing?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Target.
No, you're good.
Also, we could always split up too. A couple
I
people
say
go
we
to the
split
sleeping
into
one.
2 groups and just do what we do.
Yeah, I agree. I can go sneak over to this one by the fire and.
Okay, Shadowfire. It's hard to tell. The troll seems to be wearing a loincloth, the ogre as well, and laying there on the hay, he seems to be, his arms kind of wrapped around something, but you can't quite tell what it is.
Okay.
I'm gonna activate my dagger of venom to make it poisoned.
Okay. So what are you guys doing?
So I would like to begin to head towards the troll by the fire, and I'll wave for Ormr to come with. I want to stay within Tergot's range for as long as I can.
Okay.
I'll
The
send
30 feet.
Barnabas over to the ogre.
So why don't you guys go ahead and right now, Ormr and Shadowfire, I'll allow you to move a little bit, but I want everybody to go ahead and give me your initiative order.
Damn, my initiative sucks.
Damn.
Dun, dun, dun,
9.
dun, dun, dun. Really? You're gonna plan about a 9?
Okay, well, I mean,
I was gonna say I've
9
gone
is
last
better.
on both.
Got a 0.
Okay, I can't complain.
That
You know
means
what?
he can't go.
You know what? I take back my bitching about my 3.
I mean, it fits
he is
because he is asleep.
So
Yeah, I mean that's actually
He's
pretty
literally
perfect.
asleep.
He's literally asleep. He got his 0.
Yep.
So you guys do have one round as a sneak attack round, since you guys managed to get into this position very stealthily. However, that's what the initiative order is going to be. So, Finn, you are first in initiative. What are you planning to do here?
Okay. What's the ground of this place look like?
It's mostly hard packed earth.
Okay. I'm gonna move up a little bit to here.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a bonus action to command Barnabas so that when it gets to his turn, he can make an attack. And then I'm just gonna ready an action. If the troll notices us, I'm gonna fireball him.
Okay, so when the troll notices you, that's when you're going to fireball.
Yes. Him.
Okay. That's it for Finn's turn. He's holding an action. Ormr, what are you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna sneak up to here.
So if you're sneaking directly up to him, I'm going to need a stealth check from you.
Now, would I still get that plus 10 bonus or no?
Not
You're
from
not
where you are now.
feats.
You have it until you get out of range, but
Okay, well, that's 11 or whatever.
okay. So very stealthily, you use your full movement to to come up to behind the troll.
Yeah, and then, you know, my usual quarterstaff, which hits, I'm assuming.
Let's see.
Unarmed.
17. Yes, does
17.
hit.
Unarmed strike 26, I'm sure definitely hits.
Yep.
There we go. And then
Okay. 20 points of damage to the troll.
I'm gonna flurry of blows, which will give me 2 more attacks. There.
Yep. All hit.
And have fun adding all of that up. Oh wait, I also get a D4, don't I? From
Well, the D4 for bless was to for attacks.
Yeah, it would be just a hit.
Yeah, it's just a hit.
Oh.
So you add
okay,
it to your initial roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I didn't need it.
But
so.
but that also means you could have added your D4 to your stealth, although I think he didn't detect you anyway.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah,
detect
so
you anyway.
it wasn't necessary at all. So. But anyway, yeah, so I do that much damage.
You do that much damage.
So 37, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Quite a big hit. Ormr comes sneaking up and then just starts pummeling the shit out of this troll, who, as it's hit once, twice, third, fourth times, boom, 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 the thing just flattens a little bit and has to grab the edges of the spit to keep itself upright. And it kind of turns back and looks at you and just snarls a bit.
I give it a
Fireball.
little kind of a smirk.
Fireball.
Nope. Probably, let me see.
You said if it notices you?
Us.
Us.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's still asleep.
No. I was fireballing the troll, not the ogre.
You said your target was the ogre. I thought.
No.
Pretty sure, but
I
So
said
you're-
that I was using my bonus action to make it so that Barnabas on his turn could attack the ogre, because he can't attack unless I spend my bonus action to direct him, apparently.
Okay, but okay, but you know what? I'll allow it. So your plan was to fireball the troll, or fireball?
Yes.
I did hear him say he was going to fireball the troll.
Plus, I wouldn't be so close to the ogre if I was going to fireball the ogre, because then I might be in range.
Well, that's kind of why I was like, okay.
Ah,
Toasty!
God damn it! Hold on.
Barnabas may be immune, but I'm not.
I have to reload Roll20. 1 second.
Man, I'm not even going to get an attack in this one.
We don't know, I guess we'll see. Plus, there's still at least one more ogre that we don't know where it is currently.
1 second here. There we go. And go ahead and throw fireball up in the chat for me.
Sure.
Now, if you actually just click the word fireball, it'll prompt you to use what spell slot you're doing, and then it'll go.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay, so there's the size of the fireball.
Perfect.
There it goes. I assume that's where you're trying to throw this thing.
Yes, please.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
You're going to burn the horse he's cooking.
Yeah, that way it disfigures it enough that you guys can't have an argument over whether it's our horse or not.
I don't care even if it is our horse.
No, I saw it. It was definitely our horse.
If you ruin my debate for my final session on whether I avenged my horsey friend or not, I will cut you.
Okay.
No,
so,
there is no debate. You did avenge him.
Just so you
Okay.
guys know, Finn casts the spell and lobs this giant fireball, which goes flying through the air and just explodes right there in the far corner there. Hit the troll, rolled a 2. So absolutely 29 points of fire damage scorches this troll, and it just screeches loudly in pain. That's a pretty big hit right there.
And that's what it feels like to be cooked, big man.
Yeah, that guy's not looking too good.
Not looking too good, so that means he's still alive.
Yes.
He is still alive, yes.
Damn.
So that was the trigger for Finn, and it is now Edmund's turn.
At least he's got a clear shot to the troll.
He does. And he is just going to move up a little bit.
You can do it, buddy.
And he is going to use the Wand of Magic Missiles. He's going to expend 2 charges there. So that's 4 darts. At least it would be if it was on the page.
Captain America tells you language.
Captain America retired.
Son of a bitch, that's true.
Shadowfire is America's ass.
So,
Dude, that's a big ass.
Edmund raises up the wand and flicks it twice before launching it at the troll. 4 bolts go flying through the air, and he does quite a bit of damage with those 4 bolts. 17 more points of damage as each of these bolts of force energy go smashing into the troll, 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, 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 boom. Taking quite a bit of chunks out of this already crispy and burnt troll. This thing is barely hanging on, but it is still alive.
Sheesh.
Tergot, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna shimmy my way up to this ugly guy and attack him with my 3 attacks.
Yep, 23 is definitely gonna hit.
And he needs to make a con save for that one.
And that's a natural 20. So yeah, I'm just gonna definitely.
That makes me upset.
But 12 points of damage.
Yeah. And all of these are advantage because he's prone, right?
Yes, these.
And it should be auto crit, right?
Actually,
if he's unconscious, is he still asleep?
The problem with that is he is not unconscious anymore.
Okay.
The fireball definitely woke him up.
Okay.
But it is still an auto. It's still an. Well, he's
an
still prone.
Advantage.
So it's still advantage. Yes.
Does 16 hit?
Yep, definitely hits. Trying to do damage here.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
He did that much damage.
An amount. It's
more than 1, probably less than 50.
20.
Yeah, but you do quite a bit of damage to this guy with your 3 attacks, and you stab once, twice, 3 times, cutting deep into this ogre that's laying on the ground, and it just screams out in pain as blood and a little bit of fat comes pouring out of these open cuts that you've made across his belly. You did quite a bit of damage to him.
God, I hope you were asleep. Come on. Go back to sleep. Just help me out here.
It's just a bad dream. Go to sleep.
That's it for me.
Okay. Tergot's turn is up. Barnabas is up next, and he is supposed to be attacking.
Yep, he gonna sting this guy. Oh wait, let me take that off. But it's still a
15 still hits.
Yep, and it's a DC 16 saving throw because he gets to use my saving throw.
That's a 4, so he definitely takes it.
Awesome. Let me roll that then. So it's 6 piercing and 18 poisoned.
Wow. 24
So,
more points of damage total on this guy. Yeah, that ogre is looking really rough. Fantine, you're up next.
Okay. So I'm gonna sneak on up right behind my friend Ormr, and then pop up from behind her and stab this troll.
Stabbing her with your glaive.
Yes,
With
stabbing
your
Ormr with her glaive.
Stabbing Ormr right
Oh
in the
no,
back of the head.
don't stab me.
This first one's a 22.
22 does hit. And that's
I forgot I do
more,
psychic damage now.
which is more than enough to take out this troll. This thing is barely hanging on. Its skin is black and crispy, and the smell from over here is enough to just make you want to throw up. Oops, I did not mean to
Gross.
Everybody needs a little KFT. That's Kentucky Fried Troll.
Let's see. So I moved 20 feet. So this ogre over here is still alive.
Yes, it is.
but I only get multi-attack with my glaive. So if I walked here, and then I use my bonus action universe card to use Misty Step, and Misty Step to the ogre, could I finish my multi-attack?
You know what? I'm going to allow it. Why not? So
my God,
I'm going to say that you stab and just gouge this thing in the troll in the chest, cutting through its heart, and the thing drops. You then invoke your tarot card and just poof, disappear and reappear next to the ogre as you spin your glaive around and stab downward for one final good job. Make your attack.
Oh, wait, I get advantage, right? I get advantage, right? Because he's
I'm
prone?
going to say you get advantage because he's prone still.
Sweet. How's a 12?
At 12,
I think you're also blessed, I believe.
Just freaking hits. And yeah, you are.
Oh,
blessed,
yeah.
So roll your d4.
Alright, 1d4, 3.
Yeah, you definitely hit with your glaive. And that
So
is
that's-
enough to kill this ogre as well. You're spinning your glaive around, you stab downward in its chest, just impaling this ogre onto his bed of straw.
Sorry, guys. I wanted to have some fun. You guys were doing so much damage. I needed to get in here.
I mean, I got to
Nice
fireball
work.
something, so you know.
You know, we've gotten really good at this whole killing thing.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about it.
Yeah, no, I don't. It's weird.
Well, I've got 10 minutes to use my next Misty Step, so let's find a good use.
Well, Shadowfire, it is still your turn. You guys are still in initiative order right now.
Alright, real quick, my trunk should be lit, but I don't have any light.
Okay, my apologies.
No, you're fine.
You gotta let me know that stuff, buddy.
It's just walking
I didn't
around.
I didn't want to bother anyone.
There you go.
Thank you. I see pretty now. Alright. Alright.
So what do you want to do for
5,
your turn?
10, 15, 20. And I'm going to cast...
So you make your
Go
way.
ahead.
You make your way around into this lower chamber, lower tunnel that you guys see, and sure enough, just on the edge of your vision, you can see two ogres who seem to be climbing to their feet out of their beds as well. You look at them; they look at you at that same moment. What are you doing?
I will be casting... Guiding Bolt!
I like it.
Maybe I'll actually hit something for
And
once.
a 14 does hit.
Yay!
Which one were you hitting?
This one.
Perfect. 15 points of radiant damage as this bolt of energy just slams down into this ogre who's rising to his feet. 15 points of damage. Very nice.
Oh, I got my... Alright, and that will be my turn.
Okay. That's it for your turn. So we are now at the top of the initiative order. And Finn, you're up first.
Do I hear him fighting?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
I mean, I said you go away, Vivine Chow. I mean, you should have heard me
No.
chanting.
I rolled a 6.
Yeah, you're looking around and Shadowfire's probably just barely in your field of vision from there. I'm not sure if you can see him or not, but you haven't heard anything. You're still kind of congratulating yourselves over killing everything else, and you do not hear Shadowfire.
Awesome. Then I'm gonna move over and start searching through the pile.
Sounds like a Finn thing he would do. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Oh yeah. 20, not natural.
20. There is quite a bit of stuff in this pile. The first thing that catches your eye is a very lovely silvering staff that's just gleaming in the firelight from whatever over there, where you crispy the troll. Anyway, quite a bit of coin. You're seeing a lot of coin, gold. You're seeing silver. It's going to take you a while to dig through all of this stuff. You're seeing a couple chests that could be opened up. So it's going to take you a little bit of time to dig through this, but there's quite a bit of treasure buried in the middle of this gigantic pile of crap.
Awesome. I'll just start sorting stuff.
Okay. That's it for your turn. So next up we come to the ogre. The one that is on the far side of this, that just saw his friend get lit up by that spell, which, if I'm remembering correctly, Guiding Bolt gives advantage to the next person who hits him. I think that's
Yes.
So. Anyway, the ogre sees his friend get hit, comes running down the tunnel, sees you, Shadowfire, runs its way completely towards you. As it does, it pulls out this huge great club off of its back and rises up and attempts to smash down and hit you. I accidentally rolled that hidden. It is a 14, which I assumed is not hidden.
Yeah, that bounces off my belly.
Yeah, it does. The ogre swings wildly, and you just stand there. Boom! It hits your armor and bounces right off completely. And you are standing there unharmed and chuckling a little bit.
I've had peppers hit harder than you.
Ormr, you're up next.
Okay, would I notice something going on? Do I need to roll a perception to see if I would notice all this going on?
Hey, go ahead and roll a perception check.
A 5, I probably don't.
No? There's a bit of a commotion, but you're not sure where it's coming from, and you're more interested in that staff that Finn had just pulled out from amongst that pile. It caught your eye.
Okay, then in that case, I'm gonna go down to this pile and.
Yeah, Ormr needs a magic weapon.
Yeah, should I do an investigation or?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
15. I mean, I did better on my investigation than perception.
You kneel down and you're kind of digging through all of this stuff along with Finn. And we'll get to everything that you guys find, but you do see that staff that Finn pulled out. You see. I'd rather just describe it all later.
That's fine. I mean,
Hit it all at once.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's just what I would do if I didn't realize what's going on back there.
Yep. I'm gonna have Edmund roll a perception as well. Because he's at an angle, he doesn't see anything.
Everyone is distracted by the loot.
Guys, look, shiny things.
Yeah, you guys are all there. Edmund is going to come around next to Tergot and say, "Well, we did it, Tergot. That was
Nope, down that hallway.
Tergot, what are you doing?"
So I can see the ogre.
Yeah, you can.
So I'm gonna be like, hey guys, we're not finished. There's okay. And I'm gonna shuffle my way over here, and shoot the one next to Shadowfire with the poison arrow.
Okay, I like it.
That should not have been with advantage.
Well, a 23 still would have hit, and the ogre rolled a 22 for his constitution, so he does save.
All right. Oh,
that guy attacked it or hit it all?
He was not.
Okay.
So 15 points of damage.
Yeah. Gonna shoot him with a second poison arrow.
Okay. Definitely hits. That's a nat 1, so he rolled a 4. So go ahead and roll another d4.
3.
So 17 more points of damage to the ogre. It's a good hit.
I finally poisoned something. Hey, guys! More bad guys!
Yeah, and you see that ogre, 2 arrows just right over Shadowfire's head. The ogre, one of the hits begins to turn just a sickly green that spreads out from the wound, and the ogre just clutches his chest and with that hit. That's his turn. Fantine, you're up next.
So I'm gonna go up behind our other tank. Just hide behind tanks and use my glaive.
Yeah, that's what Fantine does.
It's my move, the go-to move. All right. 24 on the
hits.
first one.
Oh yeah.
For an amount of damage. 14 on the second one.
14 does hit as well.
For a higher amount of damage. And then bonus action for the offhand. Hit him with the butt end.
Yep.
For another 4.
God damn.
Nice.
Too much.
So that
So
was
it's
15 on the
15,
first one, 16 on the
16 on the
second, and 4 for the third.
So 35.
Which is more than enough to take out this ogre. So, Fantine, since there's only a couple left, how does this look?
I guess I'm like peering over Shadowfire's shoulder, and I just pop out. He like barely sees my head back there, and then I just 2 direct stabs, 1 in each eye, and then I flip it around and hit him right in the middle of the noggin, and he falls backwards.
He falls backwards and just slams onto the ground, and everyone just kind of bounces a little bit as this huge thud hits this cave floor. Yeah, he's gone.
Rip. I think we've got it, guys.
Barnabas, it's your turn.
Let's see how far.
You can do it, Barney.
Technically he could move there, but that would mean that he would be the only one to be targeted, so...
You can do it, Barney. We'll back you up in 6 seconds.
He's just gonna
be brave.
He's gonna go over there and start digging through stuff.
Yeah,
Barnabas!
they've got this.
No.
They're good.
And Barnabas just goes flying over and dives into this huge pile of rubble and crap. And
It's like every once in a while I forget he's a demon, and then he reminds me.
What's that, Barnabas? They said they need help or something? Oh, no, they're fine. They're fine, boss.
The remaining ogre, who is still lit up by that spell, at least until Shadowfire's next turn, comes running up to Shadowfire, yelling and snarling, and he's just in a furious rage. Comes running towards Shadowfire and just starts swinging with his great club, because that's all I can do.
So he has come within my range, and I would like to use my reaction to hit him, which I guess I would do with advantage.
Why would you get advantage on that?
Because the guiding bolt.
Yes, absolutely.
12?
12 just
You still
hits.
blessed?
Yes.
Oh, but you are blessed anyway.
Oh yeah, true.
You keep forgetting to roll the bless.
I do forget the bless.
However, yes, that
for
is
14.
14 more points of damage on this ogre as he comes running up. God damn. I love it. Okay, the ogre takes his swing at Shadowfire, and he's just swinging wildly. And Shadowfire
I hit him in the eye and took away his depth perception.
And Shadowfire just steps back out of the way as this club smashes into the ground. A little bit of dust goes flying up, but hits nothing. And Shadowfire, it's your turn. Think you can
Come on,
this guy
take him
off?
out. You can do it.
I'm gonna rage.
Yeah, you are. Bonus action rage.
Yep.
You gotta do the noise.
And then
Come
I
on.
will-
What?
Let's see here.
I was hoping for a trumpet there.
And then... Oh no, last time I did the trumpet, I hurt people's ears, so I try not to do it anymore. I'm gonna reckless attack.
I like it.
Advantage.
Oh yeah, 16's
Plus
definitely
2,
gonna hit.
so that'd be 14 damage.
14 more points of damage as your huge warhammer just smashes into the side of this thing's face, and he just twists back from that hit. What's that?
I forgot I gotta roll twice just because of the fact of its advantage.
Yeah, but the 16...
I got so excited I knew I hit.
Either of them would hit. Anyway, 14
no
points
crit.
of damage.
Oh well, okay. And that's my turn.
Okay. With your turn over, we come to Finn, who is, I imagine, still just digging through everything, trying to sort through the rubble from ruin and wreck and broken to...
If any of the boxes are empty, I can use them as like separate bins for like the different kinds of coin and stuff to make it easier on myself.
Yeah, you can find enough of a box to kind of move things around and use them as bins.
Cool.
What's up, Anna? Okay, Ormr, your turn too. Not yet, but
I'm gonna yell over there, hey, you guys got this? Because I can't make it over there to attack. And I'm just gonna turn back around to the treasure, because...
We didn't answer!
I mean, I'm not gonna be able to get over there in time to do any damage, so...
Okay, well, then it comes to Edmund, who kind of glances back at the other two, and... I mean, you can at least try, but whatever. And he walks around and pulls out his bow, and with the help of Shadowfire's light right there, he can see the ogre pretty well, and he's going to take a shot with his longbow. Yep, 22's gonna hit. 6 points of damage from Edmund. This guy's looking pretty damn rough, but he is still up. Tergot, let's see if you can finish this guy off.
I did not expect this guy to be alive. Using my last poisoned arrow. Uh, 13.
Yep, 13 hits. And that's a 19, so the ogre does succeed. However, 20 points of damage is more than enough to take this guy out. So, Tergot, how does it look?
Yeah, so, I shoot the arrow straight where Edmund's arrow hit into and just kind of split his arrow in half.
Robin hoods the arrow, splits it in half, and the ogre just slumps backward, smashing into the ground on top of his companion, and all of them are now dead.
Nice.
Nice.
And so with that, all of the ogres and the troll lay dead. There's quite a bit of smoke from the fireball in the corner over there, and 3 of your companions are digging through the pile of rubble. But sure enough, you've won the day. So, I suppose y'all want to know the loot that's in the troll cave.
Hang on, let me open up the debauchery journal.
You guys were worried about this. Come on. This was easy.
I was worried about how much time it was going to take.
Yes, I'm more concerned about doing infinite side quests and never getting to our destination.
Who cares about the destination?
Me.
Well, you two are boring.
Edmund.
I have
Edmund, how do you feel about Tergot not caring about the whole mission of your life?
I mean, I would prefer to get to Northamia sooner rather than later. I have to admit.
Yeah, but the experiences you're getting, you wouldn't get this
honestly,
anywhere else.
I'm going to say that Edmund was pretty close to level 2, so I'd say that probably pushes him over to level 2. So, Finn, did you ever get out the?
Yeah, I got it. I'm just.
So my question to you guys, as I'm reading this out, you guys kind of think about it a little bit. What do you think Edmund's level 2 is going to be? So kind of just think about that for a minute.
Well, obviously he made a pact with a fiend.
I heard him talking to this angel the other day as well.
I think he should get a wizard level just because of the wand of magic missile.
But
can he be ranger wizard?
I actually was thinking about it, since Shadowfire is going to end up walking off into the sunset, straight Western style. He's gonna he would hand him his hammer and then walk away.
You are beholden.
I don't know. The one thing that I would be teaching him is about like politics and like deal making, so that he's not fleeced when he gets power.
Well, I mean, and that could be taken a few different ways. That could translate to rogue. It could translate to bard. So anyway,
something that gives him some charisma.
Yeah, kind of think about that a little bit. But what you guys find in total, you find quite a bit of coin. Some of them are in those half-broken chests. Some of them are just dumped onto the floor. It actually takes you a good few hours to sort through all of this junk if you're like actually sorting through it to get everything. But in total, you find 900 copper pieces, 4,000 silver pieces, 2,000 gold pieces, and 120 platinum pieces. Okay. You find quite a few gems as well. You find 2 nice-looking amber carvings that you estimate are probably worth about 100 gold in total. You find 2 very nice-sized amethysts worth probably about 100 gold total. You find 100 gold ruby, 100 gold garnet, 2 pearls, each worth around 100 gold. Some tourmaline as well, worth about 100 gold. You find on the ogre that you first found lying in bed that was clutching something, you find that he's clutching an odd-looking clay urn or a jug. It's very large. It has a single handle along one side, and it's wrapped in rope. And when you pick it up, something kind of sloshes around in there, but you're not quite sure what's in there. You also find a very lovely-looking brooch among the pile of rubble. You find a beautiful silver figurine in the shape of a raven. You find a quarterstaff that it looks like it's possibly silver or polished steel, but when you pick it up, it's extremely light.
Oh, is it mithril?
Go ahead, make a.
I compare it to mine.
Yeah, go ahead and make a. You're an elf. Make a history. No, I don't know if history would be a good one.
Blacksmithing tools.
What do you think would be a good check to determine whether?
I was going to say, just have me check. Period.
Yeah, actually, that's.
Well, is this the magic?
Yeah, it is
the thing that you were talking about.
It is definitely mithril.
Okay, because I figure I would put my glaive next to it and be like, "Is this the same?"
It's pretty. It's similar. Yours is a packed weapon provided by your patron, or this one is more of just a very beautiful mithril staff.
Cool.
Ormr, we could match.
Ooh.
Let's finish
I kind of
this
like that.
before we start distributing stuff.
That's pretty much. You do find some fine garments and clothes among the rubble, but a lot of it's ripped up and very old and musty, and you honestly don't really.
It's not worth it.
Not really.
Okay.
You find a few. You find some papers and some scroll work, but it's mostly just like merchants' logs and things like that. Not really overly useful. You do find an interesting book that actually doesn't seem to be moth-eaten or wet or damaged too much. There's just a little bit of molding on the cover.
What's the title?
The title of the book you read along the cover is The Lich of the Swamp.
Okay, can I tell what language this is written in?
It's written in Common, actually.
Okay.
Of the swamp, interesting.
That sounds interesting.
Right.
Too bad I can't read.
Yes, I would love to take a peek at that when we're finished.
All right. So first off, everybody gets 180 copper pieces. Tell me when you all have that written down.
You could also type it out into the chat if you want to.
Fair.
Okay. I'm ready.
Love that coin sound effect.
So that book there, Anesthetic, that's the rumor.
All right, Game Master, I got a question for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Obviously, the jewelry and stuff can potentially be subjective, but is it general for your world that a gem is going to sell for what it's worth?
Generally speaking, yes. If I tell you an amount a gem is worth, that's how much it's going to be worth.
Okay,
Now,
then I'm going to start. What I'm going to start doing with our gems is just telling people like specific gems and their value, because then we can move them onto people's personal sheets and away from cluttering up the main.
You guys distribute and divvy up
See the text message I sent
you
you?
want to. I give gems as well as money because let's face it, not everything. People do carry that stuff around in this day and age. Some things, if you collect enough of them and use them, you can, like there's magical tattoos that use gems, or there's spells that use gems. And so I give them to you guys. That way, if you want to save them up and use them that way, you can. If you just want to say, okay, when we get to town, we sell this, then I'll say, okay, what it's worth is what it's worth. Go ahead and distribute that and delete it off.
That's fair.
That's the reason why I do gems like that.
Okay, so we can hang on to the gems for now then, and I guess we can just vote as a party on whether we want to distribute them or whether we want to save them. The main things that are left is we need to identify the value on the raven figurine and the lovely brooch. We have the large clay urn, which I will probably show to Fantine to see if she can identify what's inside. And then we have a mithril quarterstaff and a book.
I want the book. You know how I like to read.
What is the kind of check again on pricing out stuff like this?
Probably just an intelligence check.
All right. Do I need to make one for each item?
If you're just trying to determine the value of the item, yeah.
Okay. So the first one will be the lovely brooch. That's a 9.
So the brooch itself, hold on a second. Didn't say anything. So the brooch itself is a gold piece with a yellowish-looking gem in the center. It's very ornate filigree kind of wrapping around it, and I'm sure you know what a brooch is. There's a little pin on the other side, so you can affix it to your shirt or whatever. You're looking at it, and gold is gold, and it's worth a decent amount, and gems are worth a decent amount. It could be anywhere from 25 gold to a few hundred. It's hard to tell.
Fair. All right, silver raven. Even worse.
Yeah. I mean, silver is silver and somewhat valuable, and it's a decent size. The figurine itself fits in your hand. You if you were to melt it down, you could probably get maybe 6 or 7 silver pieces out of it, but you're not sure with. I mean, it's very ornate. It's very beautiful. It's a beautiful silver figure of a raven, like I said, but it's hard to judge based. Like, what does art go for these days? It's hard to tell.
All right.
Hey, Finn, do you need help?
I've clearly been saving up my good rolls.
I can help you if you want. I used to appraise things and back into Thieves Guild once or twice.
What's your intelligence score?
Lower than yours, but you're rowing horrible. So
Fair.
I thought advantage might be good.
Yeah, that's fair. You can assist. That'll give me advantage, right?
Yeah, you call Tergot over, and Tergot comes over and kind of looks at the next piece with you. What are you looking at?
Quarterstaff.
-1, and I beat you both with your advantage. Suck it.
God, you're trying so hard, Finn, and you're pretty sure Mithril's worth quite a bit, but who the hell knows?
Hey, I wouldn't mind checking out that quarterstaff.
Hey, Fantine, can you just freaking do your detect magic thing?
Shadowfire.
Well, then I'll know the school of magic, but that doesn't identify it. I think you're looking for Shadowfire.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like we could find what's magical and not, and I don't know.
If nothing else, we should get an amount on the quarterstaff from that 16.
But
so, are you casting detect magic?
I guess so.
Okay. So you pull out your little book or whatever it is you use.
My wand of detect magic.
Oh yeah, that's right. I gave you that wand, didn't I? So you cast detect magic through the wand, and other than the stuff that's on you, the things that light up is the jug, the urn, the brooch, the silver raven figurine, and the quarterstaff, all lighten up with magic. The quarterstaff is just an enchantment. It's an enchanted quarterstaff. So,
Okay. So you said the jug, the brooch, the raven figurine, and the quarterstaff, and that's it, right?
Yep. The jug is conjuration. I can't remember. Abjuration. Possibly abjuration.
If it's protecting in some way.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Which is funny because you just sent us that image to the chat like yesterday.
What image?
Oh, the one that told all the spells, all the kinds, the schools of magic.
The brooch is abjuration.
Mhm.
Okay.
So seems like the brooch will protect you in some way.
The
Staff
raven.
is enchanted. The jug conjures things, probably liquids.
The figurine. The figurine is conjuration.
And the figurine is also a conjuration.
And lastly, the quarterstaff.
That one was enchantment.
Yeah, enchantment.
Okay.
But if you're saying you could identify it with the 16, then that,
No, I was saying that he would probably get a valuation on the quarterstaff.
Oh, for
from
price.
the mithril from a 16.
Yeah, the 16 Shadowfire, you know weapons pretty well, and you know metallurgy and the value of metals. Mithril is very valuable. It's typically mined by the elves, and it could probably go for upwards of 1,000 gold in the right places.
So, Mr. Shadowfire, we got these pearls, and since they aren't consumed, would you mind taking a few minutes and identifying?
I believe I still have ID.
Are the
I
pearls
do.
magic?
No, you use the pearl when you cast Identify to.
Okay. You're saying you're I thought you were telling him to identify the pearls.
No.
I was like, they're pearls.
Does an 11 get me anything on that book?
The book itself it seems to be, you're kind of scanning through the pages a little bit, and it seems to be like a story or a legend written down.
Instructions on how to become a lich.
Those are some really squiggly lines.
No, it seems it seems more like a story.
Mhm. Can I have it?
Once we figure out what it's worth and distribute everything equally, sure.
Books aren't that expensive. You can find books for anywhere from a few silver to maybe a couple gold.
Is there any signatures in it? Anything that might denote it as a first edition?
Wait.
Sure, seems like a first edition.
Law.
It's not. There's no author's name on it. There's no. It's you open it up and it's a medieval book with a story in it.
That's fair. If you say it's not worth much, we can give it to Fantine.
Oh, well, now that it's not worth much, I guess I can have it. Thank you.
I'm just trying to keep things fair among party members.
We
Who cares if it's
it
fair?
wasn't magic.
Even if it's not magic, if it's a 50,000 gold book, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
No, you didn't find the Gutenberg Bible. You found you found a truck stop romance novel.
Okay, well, I'm gonna mark it off then, and you can put it on your sheet.
All right, give me the title one more time.
The Lich of the Swamp.
Add it to my book collection.
All right, so then I guess we're identifying these 4 items that are magical.
Yeah, so to save time, what you guys found with Shadowfire sitting down and casting Identify 4 times is an alchemy jug, which I'm showing to you now, a brooch of shielding, a mithril quarterstaff, and a figurine of a wondrous power.
Can I make a crest of the figurine? When everyone's done looking at that stuff.
I'm okay with that.
I have this spell that I took for some reason that's absolutely useless, but I can see through the eyes of animals.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, and I do not know why I took it, and now I'm glad I did.
See, I was thinking you might want that alchemy jug because it can make you poison whenever you like.
I don't use poison. This is the first time, and it sucked.
Okay.
Perhaps you could have it, Finn.
I don't have any use for making poison. I don't use melee attacks. I use spells. I mean, I suppose it could make cooking ingredients or drinkable, but
Yeah, I think it makes more than just poison.
Yeah, it makes quite a bit of stuff, and honestly, that's
Oh,
more
it
of like
makes beer? In that case, I'll take it. No kidding.
Yeah, that's it's an item that all the party members can benefit situation.
Mm-hmm.
It also makes 2 gallons of mayonnaise.
I know, right? And
we're gonna make a lot of
takes so
sandwiches.
fucking long sometimes.
wait.
I mean, why wouldn't you need 2 gallons of mayonnaise?
I just realized that it makes oil.
It actually doesn't make poison, it makes acid. Oh, it does make
Acid
basic
and
poison,
basic
I
poison.
see.
But more
Basic.
importantly, it makes oil. And oil can be poured over ladies who happen to be wrestling each other.
Alright, we're giving it to Fantine.
It could also be set on fire.
I feel like that's probably more cooking oil than... I don't know. I mean, it just says oil. Who knows?
Fair. Would
Well,
identify
cooking oil can catch on fire.
any
Yeah, it
idea
can.
of the prices of any of this stuff?
I mean, I don't have
It's
the prices
magic.
in front of me. They're
Fair.
magical.
Don't
I
worry
can...
about it. We'll just make sure everybody gets things.
I'm okay with not getting any of the magic items. I'm happy with my book.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I wouldn't mind that mithril quarterstaff.
Turtle
If
wanted the
that's okay.
quarterstaff, so I'll mark that off and write that down.
I would like the raven, but if I can't, then I mean...
Tergot gets the raven.
Alright, lovely.
Hey Matt, did you see my message I just sent you?
Yes, I did.
The jug, I
Go
figure
ahead.
we can probably just keep it as a party item that we can all use.
Yes. I think put it in
I'm-
the bag of holding.
I'm gonna name you Barry. I don't know why.
And we'll use the jug as needed.
Brooch of shielding. Do you want that, Fantine?
I don't have any more things I can attune to. And frankly, the brooch of shielding isn't powerful enough to make me want to unattune to anything else.
Hey, Tergot, can you make me a perception check, please?
Don't like that.
I don't like any of this, I swear. I am...
What if he actually rolled a 16?
Thank you.
So that's 16 on the die, so it would be a dirty 20.
Okay. That's it. I just rolled a perception check. God damn.
We're like panicking. Wait, no.
I saw a sleight of hand roll.
You didn't see anything in game.
Not in game, but
Well, in game he did roll a dirty 20
Well.
because I did replace his roll. So
Tergot, you're standing there kind of looking at your figurine. And you sense Shadowfire walking up behind you. And you feel his hand kind of dip in underneath your cloak.
Shadowfire, you're gonna lose a hand.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I just was trying to pat your back. I'll leave.
I am going to make an insight check. If I can.
Yeah, go for it. Tergot, or sorry, Shadowfire, go ahead and give me a deception check.
Shadowfire ran. Here.
Oh,
He seems to be telling the truth, and he's walking away as quickly as possible.
why did you? You can just ask whatever.
Okay, it is 6:04, so I think that's a good place to end things for the evening. You guys can let me know later who's taking the brooch. But good session, everybody.
Okay. Just before we leave, so everybody knows, I'm putting sections in the party treasure. There's one section specifically for gems. One called party items is going to be for items that, anybody can use. And then I'm putting down little marks on the bottom for times people have requested loot, so that way we can make sure that everything's staying fairly fair.
Real quick, Tergot, what's your strength?
My strength?
Yes.
Why? +2. Unless
Matt,
you need to actually.
I'm sending. I just sent you the numbers, Matt.
What are you doing?
Okay.
What are you doing to me?
Okay,
Shit is
so
happening.
Tergot, Shadowfire just comes running up and shoves as hard as he can this big bag into your hands.
Acrobatics?
He's shoving a bag in your hands.
I mean, okay.
But if you want to acrobatics your way out of it, because he did come charging up to you and just shoved this bag towards you.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. Oh, Christ.
Shadowfire, go ahead and give me a strength check, please. Or athletics, yeah, that's okay. So, Tergot, you nimbly jump backwards, doing a little bit of a flip and land in a crouch as you see Shadowfire just holding out this big bag.
What are you
Shadowfire,
doing?
what's going on? Are you alright?
This was I handed / gave it to him, and then I ran. Shadowfire is not in the room anymore.
Shadowfire.
Well, I just have a bag now.
And yet, Shadowfire just disappears, runs, and takes off.
Shadowfire, come back! No!
I'm going to Hunter's Mark him.
Anyway, shush, Tergot. We're ending here for the evening. So, on behalf of everybody here in the Debauchery Circus, I just want to say thanks to everybody who watched this evening. And I hope everybody enjoyed the chaos that is the Debauchery Circus. We'll see you again next Monday at 3 o'clock, where we'll be picking things up, and we'll see what happens with Shadowfire running away into the night. Or into the day, I suppose. Still afternoon. Anyway, good night, everybody. We'll see you again soon.